Hey guys, today we're going to draw this really funny monster. Now a couple of things before we get started. I want you to hold your pencil more towards the center, and much more importantly, I want you to hold onto your pencil really loosely, and that way we can erase our guidelines. I'll see you in a bit. Welcome to Drawing with Danny. This channel is not about teaching you how to draw particular things. It's about teaching you how to draw so that you can draw anything. All right, let's go ahead and draw a really cute monster. He's really funny. Okay, so as always, hold your pencil more towards the center, and much more importantly, hold on to your pencil really lightly. Okay, so we're going to use shapes to draw the monster rather than lines. Okay, so we want to start with always the largest shape. And in this instance, it's the shape of its entire body, sort of face and body. And it's an oval shape with a flat top. So let's go ahead and draw that. We always want to be mindful of anything that's attached to the largest shape in terms of where specifically to draw it on our paper. So we want to be mindful of the fact we're going to have to draw arms. So what I'm doing here is I'm sort of feeling my way around the page to make sure that I position my oval that's a little bit wider at the bottom than it is at the top on my page. So I think right there is going to look about right. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and draw its eyes, and his eyes are, since his head's rotated more over here, his eyes are more on this part of his head, and they're pretty good sized circles that are right on the side of each other. And one partly overlaps the other. Now I'm going to erase the line from the first oval that we drew. And I just really love doing this. Let's see what this does to its look. I'm going to change his expression, which I think is super funny because he's not just a funny, cute monster, but he's also a superhero. And he does not look like one that you would want to call in a time of distress. Anyway, let's go ahead and draw. He's got some little triangle-shaped horns that are attached to this part of its face. So I'm going to go ahead and just draw a simple curve like that. And extending from this will be his horn, which is a triangle shape. Now feel free to make changes to your monster if you want to. For example, I could see his horns, going more like this, even, with a little swirl on the end. So use your creativity. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and draw this part. So I'm going to draw just a line that extends out like this. And then the inside portion of that, let's go ahead and draw that. So his horn's going to come from this area. Then let's go underneath and draw this portion. See that? I'm going to clean mine up a little bit so you can see it better. And even clean that up a little bit as well. So now his horn's going to come out of here. And again, another triangle shape. There we go. Now it's got these really cute triangle shaped floating eyebrows. I'm going to change mine a little bit and make mine more oval shaped. And you can make yours however you want. Okay, now I'm going to draw its mouth. And I always have kids to focus on the inside shape when you're opening up a mouth. And I would characterize that as sort of a curved triangle shape. So let's start about right here. And I'm going to curve downward, then back up. And now I'm going to go straight down with a slight curve as I work towards the top edge of the bottom portion of its mouth. I'm going to curve around like that. Now I'm going to erase this line, and essentially I'm going to end up moving the line that was here about right in here. You see that right here? But for now, I've got to determine how many teeth I want my monster to have. And I'm going to, you guys don't have to do this, but it's always fun when you're cartooning to sort of make things look different sometimes if you're drawing from a reference. So I'm going to give him different kind of teeth just to make him a little bit different from this guy or girl. Alrighty, and in fact, I'm going to do that with his lower teeth as well. In fact, I'm going to draw several lower teeth. In fact, I like that number. I think I'll just leave it right there. So I'm going to go ahead and draw his tongue, and I always tell kids to, if you can relate things you're trying to draw to things you're familiar with, like in this instance, this reminds me of drawing like the letter M. See how this looks a little bit like the letter M, the top portion of its tongue? And now, based on how I did its tooth and the fact that his mouth isn't open quite as wide as his, I don't really have to draw this portion of its mouth. And you guys may or may not, but mine is good actually. So now let's go ahead and draw his arms. And his arms are, think of them as long rectangles. Long rectangle shaped arms. And I'm just going to stop it right there. Then I'm going to draw his other arm before I draw its hands. It's always easiest to focus on one thing at a time. Now, speaking of its hands, initially I'm just going to draw them as a simple circle or oval. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing over here. Just a simple circle or oval shape, which looks kind of funny right now, doesn't it? Go ahead and erase that line. Okay, now I'm going to transform this shape into a fist. Okay, so he's got 3 ovals, really 4 ovals, 3 here and 1 here. So let's go ahead and draw the ones for his fingers first. I'm going to follow this edge of the shape of the circle or oval. And then as I reach the top, I'm going to extend a line downward, curved line, to create that first oval. And then the second one is right on the side of that one, like that. And the third one is the same. It's right on the side of that one. So we're going to go over like that. And then lastly, his thumb extends out like this and then back around. So let's go ahead and draw that, extend it out and back around. And that actually overlaps a little bit of this finger. So I'm going to erase the line through there. And there we have our fist on one side. And then we can draw his little wristband. And we're going to go beyond the edge of its arm. See how I went beyond the edge of its arm? And I'm doing that on this side as well. See that? So now I'm going to erase that. There we go. So now let's try it on this side. Okay, so we have our basic shape. Now we want to transform it into 4 ovals, 3 of which are there on the top. But I'm going to actually, I think I'm going to draw his thumb first on this side because there's overlap. His thumb overlaps his finger and this finger a little bit. So let's go and draw that first. So I'm going to follow this and extend this out and then back in like that to an oval. See that? I'm going to erase that now. And now we've got 3 ovals on the top of that. So we've got 1 oval here. And then 1 oval on the side of that one. And lastly, the last smallest oval out there. And we can erase some of our sketch marks. Alrighty, so then we can draw his wristband. And again, we're going to go beyond the edge of his arm just a little bit on either side. Then we're going to do a curved line to complete the wristband. Then erase our sketch marks. Okay, now let's go ahead and draw its legs. I'm going to clean mine up just a little bit before I start. There we go. So let's go ahead and draw its legs. And his legs are rectangle shape as well. So we draw one about right there. And then we're going to draw the other rectangle shape here. And notice how I'm not closing off the bottom edge of the rectangle shape because I'm going to draw his feet. And I'm going to go ahead and erase that line. And that way that'll put that leg more on that side, which is where we want it. So now let's go ahead and draw its feet. And initially we can just draw its feet as as ovals. And we can make his feet longer or shorter, it doesn't matter, than they are here. So let's try that over here. Let's draw the heel. And then it's kind of straight, but there's a slight curve to represent the arch in the foot. And we're going to go around and complete the top. Now, I'm going to, now if we wanted to do his foot like this, we would simply draw 3 curved lines. There's 1, there's 2, a little bit shorter, then there's a 3rd. But I thought about putting a pair of boots on my little superhero guy. He's a superhero. He's got a cape on. So instead of doing that, I think I'm going to, just like I did with the wristbands, I'm going to go out just beyond the edge of his leg on that side and on this side. See that? Then I'm going to draw a little pair of boots on this person or monster. So I'm going to go like this and go around its leg, and then I'm going to take this around to meet that part of its leg and do the same over here. So see how now it looks like he has a little pair of boots on. I'll do that over here. Go a little bit wider than his leg on either side. I'm going to erase the line there. And I'm going to draw a little bit of a curve here. I'm going to go around to meet that part of its leg and do the same on this side. And lastly, I'm going to draw its cape. So I'm going to start over here, sort of curve a line down and then out a little bit, like that. Right now it looks like long hair. That might be fun. I could turn that into long hair. But I'll go ahead and complete it as a cape. And you guys can do that if you want to, though. So I'm going to sort of make the cape a little wavy at the bottom, like that. Attach that to that part of its body. Erase any extra lines. And I'm going to lastly add a mask to my little character, just for fun. There we go. Now he's got a little mask on. So that's our monster character. And I think he looks pretty awesome. So now you can clean up your lines, make your lines darker, and just have fun. Thanks for joining me today. If you guys have any questions about today's video, leave them in the comment section below. And also, let me know your favorite thing to draw. I'm really curious about that. And leave those in the comment section below as well. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.